Hi guys, and welcome back to another tutorial number 9 on GX Developer. We're just going to quickly look at how to set up your transfer. Now, one of the things that you need to do is set up communications between your laptop or your computer at least to the PLC. Now, to do that, you go to Online and Transfer Setup. Now, you have to be very careful with this because sometimes you find that it's grayed out. And what I'm just going to try and do is see if I can create that. What it normally is that you have too many things opened up. So I'm just going to open up my entry device. Now, here it is. I've created a problem. If you've got your windows open, so you've got your main window, you've got your comments window, and mainly this one here. This is the most important, which is your entry data monitor. And sometimes it's difficult to see because you might be running here on this particular screen. When you go to the online, you notice that the transfer setup is grayed out, and if you click on it, nothing happens. Minimize your main window and see what you have switched or what other windows you have opened up behind. Now I'm going to close the device comments first, and I go to online and it's still grayed out, and that is because it's the entry data monitor screen. Because the entry data monitor screen is a screen that you can go online with, it doesn't like that one being opened and then you trying to go and change all of the settings for communications. There's a little bit of a fight there that, you know, this window is using the communications, so therefore it won't allow you to change any of the communication settings while it's open. So just simply close that window off. Now you notice it's come up highlighted in black, so you can now click onto that. Okay, so when we've opened up this window, we get the transfer setup window. Now I am not going to worry too much about any of these just yet. Okay, all we are looking at is the PC side, okay, and not the PLC. For normal connection, most people are going to use a serial, and sometimes it comes up with this USB here, and the reason it's coming up with that USB is that my laptop that I'm using at present does not have a built-in serial cable. I have to use a USB to serial adapter. Okay, so all you simply do is connect onto that, double click I should say, and you will find that it comes up with this little window saying USB or RS-232. If you have a built-in serial port, then you will choose that port or that option there, and then you will select your COM that you want it to go out on. So you may have to find out what your COM port is if it's not one. I know when I use my USB, my COM port comes up at something like number 4. But you can actually set that to be number 1, or just simply select COM4. Okay, under this you've got your transmission speed that comes up as default, and then you've got your setup, which does your parity, your data bits and your stop bits. I tend to leave these as default. If I click the default, there you go, it's the same, odd, 8 bits and 1 bit. Okay, so you select whichever port you're going to use, USB or RS-232. Click your OK. Now I can't do it here because I'm obviously not connected to a PLC. But to give it a quick test, click the connection test button here, and it will come up with one of two messages. It will say either you're successfully connected. At that point, then click OK. Don't click the close. Make sure you click the OK. Even if your test has been successful, make sure you click your OK. I found on occasions when I've tested it and it said yes, you're connected, I then click the close button and it doesn't connect up properly. So make sure you connect or click the OK button, and then it saves any of those parameters that it's made when it did the connection test. Now, mine will obviously come up as faulty because I don't have a PLC that I'm connected to. It also doesn't recognise the fact that I don't actually have my USB port, USB serial port connected either. So when you connection test, when it comes up as successful, click the OK. If it's not successful, then go back into your port and have a look why, or potentially why it's not connected, and of course check all your cables and everything. Okay, so that's just a quick transfer setup video. Like I say, one of the main important things here is to make sure that if you have got an entry data monitor window open, that transfer will be grayed out. When you close the software down and reopen your software up, if you've had this open in the past and you didn't close it, then this potentially will reopen itself along with this window when you reopen your project. Okay, so for now, there you go. That's a little video on your transfer setup. Please leave any messages and I will or questions, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And if you like the video, click the like. If you don't, click the dislike. And if you dislike it, please leave me a little comment and I will try and rectify the problems on the next videos or remake this one. Okay, for now, take care and I will see you on the next